Hi, welcome to episode number 6.2 of our technique series. If you haven't yet watched the introductory video for the technique series, you might want to take a quick look at it so you have a better idea of what to expect. The introduction is video number 6.0 in the technique series playlist. In order to help you practice the new steps that you'll be learning, we suggest you also try out the selection of dances in the playlist labeled One Practice on this YouTube channel. More information can be found in the comments section just below this video. This particular video, around 20 minutes or so, will introduce the walk, both forward, back, diagonally, and with touches and points in between, the shuffle, again, forward, back, and diagonally, as well as the lockstep. Again, forward, back, and diagonally. We're going to look at the heel touch, and we're also going to look at the step quarter pivot. So, are you ready? Let's head over to the dance floor and get started. Okay, let's get started. Like I said in the little introduction, the first move that we're going to do today is the walk. Now, this is a pretty easy step. I don't think we're going to have to practice that a lot. You've probably all been walking for quite a while. So I'm just going to turn around and just going to show you. It's exactly what you think it is. We're just going to walk, 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 walk. That's forward, and we can walk, 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 walk backwards. We can, let me just do it from the side, you'll see, and then we're pretty much going to finish this little section and move on. So we walk, 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 walk backwards. So front, back. Some choreographies might ask you to walk in a circle. Walk, 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 walk. And we do it with the kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I think we're good for the walk. The next move we're going to look at is the shuffle. And the reason we started with the walk, because the rest of the moves that we're going to do start from the walk as the base, and then they add another little element. So the shuffle is a little bit different. It starts off, and I'm going to do it sideways because that's the best way to see it. It starts off with a walk step. So we walk, then we bring, so I started off with the right foot. Then I'm going to bring the left foot next to the right, transfer my weight, and step forward again with the right foot. So as we're shuffling along, the foot that's leading is always the same foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be a shuffle. I'm going to do it with my back facing you. You can see me moving forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the important thing when you're doing a shuffle is to always make sure you're transferring your weight. So I stepped forward on the right. When I brought my left foot beside it, I put my weight on my left foot. That's when my heel came up. And I stepped forward again on my right, brought my left foot, my weight onto my left foot. Now, we can shuffle in different directions. We just shuffled forward. We can do the same thing diagonally. Now, an important thing to remember when you're doing it diagonally is although our body is moving diagonally, I'm moving towards the corner of the room, our foot is still going to, our both feet are still going to be facing the wall where we started. So I step, I'm moving this way, but my foot is facing that way. And we maintain that throughout our shuffle. We can also shuffle, let me do that sideways, might be a little bit better. So I'm facing that wall, I'm going to shuffle diagonally towards the corner over there. So I'm going to step forward on an angle, but my foot is still facing that wall. And I'm just going to shuffle along that way. Okay? Now we can also shuffle backwards. So if I'm starting here and I'm going to go backwards, I'm going to step, bring my feet together and step. So we can do it backwards. When you're shuffling backwards, it's a good idea you sort of angle a little bit. Instead of just going straight back, for a couple of reasons. It's going to help with your balance going backwards, and it also just looks a lot better. So if we did a shuffle forward, we're just going to go straight, but then if we want to come back, we're going to angle a little bit. And you can see sort of where you're going, so another important reason. Okay, so let's try a few shuffles. We're going to try it with the counts. For now, we're going to go forward and back. Then we're going to angle to the corner and come back. Okay, so we're going to start with the right foot. At the end of our shuffles, maybe we'll do a little touch. So I'll just demonstrate that. So with the counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go back, leading with the left, 5, 6, 7, 8, and touch. So let's try that, and we'll do the same thing when we're doing it to the corner. So starting off with the right foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Angle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's try that with the music. We'll try and do a tiny little routine. If you watch the first episode of the technique series, the 6.1, you would remember that we did some chassés and we did some grapevines. So this time we're going to try and add a little bit of chassés. We're going to combine our walk as well that we did at the very beginning. So let's try something like this. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to walk. We're going to do a chassé to the side. And we're going to come back. And then we're going to shuffle. And then we'll come back. And then we'll walk back. So that's a lot, eh? We're going to walk, chassé 2 ways, shuffle, shuffle back, walk back. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I might have changed the order, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, let's get a little bit of music on and see if we can do that. So starting with our walk, chassés, and shuffles. 5, 6, 7, 8. From the very first time I saw you, I knew then that you were chassé. Now let's shuffle and shuffle back. Your beauty surprised me. Then do another chassé. Let's walk again. 1, 2, walk back. And shuffle to the corner and shuffle back. And a chassé. There's nothing I could do. And shuffle front. And shuffle back. There we go. How did that work out? How did that work out? That's with the music, it always adds another little complexity when we're trying to learn to dance. So don't hesitate to go back to the beginning of the video and try it over and over again. There are moves that you can do to all kinds of music. So find your favorite songs and give it a try. Try and find that beat and practice them. Okay, the next move we're going to do is the lock step. The lock step is very similar to the shuffle, except when we bring our feet together. So in the shuffle, we stepped forward, we brought our feet together, and stepped forward again. The lock step, what we're going to do is we're going to step forward, but instead of bringing our left foot next to our right foot, we're going to cross it behind and transfer weight onto it. So you can see that my heel has come up on the right foot to indicate that my weight has transferred. So let's try that again. I'll do it from the side. Hopefully I'll be able to see my feet a little bit better. So we step forward, we cross behind as if we bring our left foot close to our right, transferring our weight, and then we step forward again. So this action of stepping forward, of bringing the foot behind, is called the lock, and then followed by another step. So that's why it's called a lock step. So we do our first step, we do a lock and a step. We step, we do a lock and a step. Okay? Now this is something you can do frontwards, and you can also do it backwards. So I'm just going to go forward and then we'll do some back. So I'm going to step forward and lock, step forward. I'm just going to do a little touch here just to get my feet back together. If I'm going backwards, I'm going to step back, and this time I'm going to lock in front, transfer my weight, and step back again. So again, let's do that from the side. So we're going to do a lock step forward and then a lock step backwards. So I'm going to step forward and lock and forward and touch. And then I'm going to go back, back and lock and step back and touch. Now again, we can do the lock step diagonally, just as we did the shuffle. So we can step towards a corner and lock and step and touch. To the corner and lock behind and step and touch. Same concept as when we did the shuffle. Although our body is moving angled towards the corner, our feet remain pointing straight to the wall. We don't have a turn. That's a different concept altogether, and we're going to be talking about that in future videos. But right now, that's the thing to remember, is you're facing straight ahead. So I'm going to go towards the angle. My foot is facing straight. Lock behind, straight, and touch. Same with here. Going off to the left. Okay, I'm going to do that again from the side and take a look at it. I know it's hard to follow along if you're looking at me from the side, might be looking a little bit crooked, but see what you can do. So we're just going to do our lock steps we're going to do one to the right corner and then one to the left corner. So we're going to step forward, lock behind, step forward and touch, step forward, lock behind, step forward and touch. And then we can go backwards. Step back, lock in front, step back and touch. That's going to be a little bit trickier, but you get the hang of it after a little while. Okay, now we've done a little bit of lock steps. Let's try it to the music and see how that goes. First, we'll just do a tiny review before we put the music on. We'll do a review with some counts. So we're going to do a lock step. We're just going to go straight forward and straight back with the counts. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you'll notice, like in this, with the lock step going back, I did the same thing as I did in the shuffle. Instead of trying to go straight back, I angled a little bit. So it's going to make it much easier, again, so you can see where you're going. It helps with your balance, and it just looks nicer. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing to the corner with counts and before we put the music on. Okay, so we're just going to start off. We're going to lead with our right foot again. Step forward, cross behind, forward and touch. Let's go to the left and touch, and let's go back. Okay, let's put a bit of music on and see if we can do that to the music. So we're going to start, we're just going to go straight forward, straight back, and then to the corners and back. But if you want to do it in another order, it doesn't matter. Just remember going forward and back. Just do some lock steps. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go back. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the corner. Your beauty surprised. Now we can get one more in. I'm not at the wall yet. And we're going to go back. Yeah, we've been friends, lovers, but I grew. Hey, so how's that? I know we're going quite quickly on these. We've got a lot to cover in this video. So don't hesitate to go back to the beginning and just keep rewinding and watching it and practicing with whatever music you can find. Okay, we're just going to do a quick little recap, and then we're just going to touch on a couple of other things. So we started off with just doing some plain walks. We walked forward, did a little touch, and we walked back. Then we did the shuffle. In the shuffle, if you remember, we stepped forward, we brought our feet together, stepped forward again. So the foot that was leading the movement in the direction we're going was always the same foot. In this case, I've started with the left. I'm going back, I can do it with the right. So always my right went forward, brought my feet together, transferring the weight. Right forward, transferring the weight. right forward, transferring weight. So I'm just shuffling along. The name says it all, you know, just that sense of shuffling. That's exactly what it is. And then the lock step, very similar to the shuffle, except that instead of bringing them together, we locked in behind. We crossed our legs and then brought it together. Step forward, lock behind, step forward, and a touch. So those are the three types of movements, forward, back, side to side, or diagonally, that we've covered. Now, sometimes a choreographer will throw in a few little other details in that, especially with the walk. Something that's very, very common is to do some points, so some touches pointing to the side. So it could be a step forward and touch, forward and touch, forward and touch, forward and touch, and same thing going back. And another thing that a choreographer might throw in is some heel touches. So you could do your walk, let's say we do 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll just touch our heel out to the front. So if we can do that from the side, you might see a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then walk back. 5, 6, 7, and maybe we'll point to the back. 8. Okay, so those are little things that they will throw in along with the walk. Okay, so let's have some fun with this. We're going to try out a couple of little mini choreographies to the music. Let's go through it, and we're going to try and build in some of the elements that we did in 6.1. You don't want to forget those. And that's the whole point of a choreography. The more steps we learn, the more that we build on that, and we add them, and then the choreography is this whole chain of different types of steps. So every time we do a technique video, when we do our little sort of mini choreography at the end, we'll try and go get something from previous videos just to remind you of those moves and so that you can see how they link together. So let's try something like this. We're going to do a chassé to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a grapevine to the left, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I hope you all remembered how to do that. Let's just show you one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to walk forward 4 steps. 1, 2, 3. Actually, we're going to walk 3 steps, do a heel touch on 4, and then we're going to walk back 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're just going to point to the side. So here's what our choreography looks like so far. We're going to chassé to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, grapevine to the left, 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk forward 3 with a heel touch, 1, 2, 3, 4, walk back, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, how's that? Let's just try that, and then I have one more thing that I'm going to throw at you after. Heel touch. And we start again. Grapevine. Walk forward. Heel touch. And point. One more time. Okay. Now I'm going to show you one more little thing, and then we'll try out another little mini choreography. Sometimes, actually quite often, line dances, they turn. We look at different walls. Right now we're working pretty much just facing one wall. But you're going to get to some point where you're going to have to turn to face another wall. And so there's different ways of doing that. And one of the common ways is a pivot. So we're going to look at the step quarter pivot today. So the way that's going to work is I'm just going to do it facing you, and then I'll do it from different angles. So I'm going to step forward. So my weight, I stepped forward on my right. My weight is on my right foot. I'm just going to, I want to do a quarter turn to the right. So I'm going to lift my heel a tiny bit, and I'm just using the torque from my body. I'm just going to turn myself around a quarter turn, and I'm going to point to the side. So let's do it so from this angle, and you'll be able to see my heel coming up a little bit. So I step forward on one, and then I'm going to turn 2 and point. Okay, let's try looking this way. So I step forward, lift my heel just enough so I can turn, and using the energy from my body, my shoulders, my hips, everything, I'm just going to turn myself around in my arms. So what I've done is I've turned a quarter turn. I was facing this wall. I did a quarter turn to face the other wall. And it's just a little pivot. I'm just kind of turning on the ball of my foot. The choreographer is going to tell you how to finish that turn. I've been doing it. I'm stepping forward, I'm turning, and I'm just pointing to the side. I could also have done it, step forward, turn, and just bring my foot here. I could have stepped forward and actually put my foot down and transferred my weight. That's all going to be specified in the choreography. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to try. We're going to walk forward for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on 5, we're going to step forward. 5, 6, we're going to turn. 6. And then we're going to 7, 8. Isn't that cute? Let me do that facing another direction. So we're going to walk forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pivot, and 6, 7, 8. Okay? Let's try that together with the counts again. I'm going to face the back wall. So leading with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now our weight's on our right foot, so we can't continue that. We need to do something different. So our weight's on our right foot, so our left foot's going to lead. So let's add in a little shuffle and a touch. Okay, let's try that together. I'm going to walk forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's it. That's going to be our final little mini choreography for today. Let's get the music on and try that. So remember, we walk 4, leading with our right leg. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. I'm going to face you this time. No, I won't. That's going to confuse you. That wouldn't be fair. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we could go on to something else. Anyways, I hope you've had fun with this video. You learned a lot of moves. We covered quite a bit in this video. So you have a lot to practice. And don't forget to try and integrate the steps you learned in 6.1. And also go to our playlist that's called the number 1 practice, and you'll see some easy beginner dances in there. With you'll find these moves in there, and you can practice along with those. One of them that I really recommend to follow this video is called Canadian Stroll, and so we do have a teaching video of that dance, and it's a perfect one to integrate these movements. Okay, so hope to see you on the dance floor soon. Bye for now.